Recall this terrifying crash in Buffalo from just a few days ago. An ambulance tipped on its side. The paramedics who survived are sharing their stories with us tonight. And this is not the first time that one of them has come face to face with grave danger. Months ago, he put his life on the line in a desperate attempt to save a man from a fiery wreck. News 4 senior correspondent Rich Newberg met with these men this afternoon. Rich?
Jackie, these first responders are trained to react and to save lives. And last Friday, they put the life of a child before their own. These are the 3 rural metro paramedics who are still feeling the impact of last Friday's crash when their ambulance was struck by a driver going the wrong way on Ashland at Bryant in Buffalo. They were rushing a very sick 8-year-old boy to Children's Hospital after restoring his pulse.
The child was strapped in, yes. Obviously, this started out as a critical call. It started out as cardiac arrest.
Eric Smith was driving the ambulance and was knocked unconscious and wedged under the dash. When he came to, his first thoughts were not about himself.
Me yelling back to my partners if they were okay. They answered me, and I told them to get the child out of the ambulance and take him to the hospital.
Paramedics Blaine Bosworth and Bill Walsh had been tending to the child. They both struck objects in the back of the ambulance and were stunned and suffered head injuries, but they kept focusing on their patient.
I knew that I was bleeding, didn't know how bad, but I knew that we still had the kid in the back of the rig and we needed to get out.
My first priority was the kid, so I started opening the back door and started helping get the kid out of the ambulance.
Blaine and Bill, with the help of the Buffalo firefighter, got the child out of the ambulance and into a police car that rushed the boy to the hospital. He lived for another half hour before his heart gave out. Every effort had been made to save his life, even by the men who were so badly shaken by the crash.
I was still able to talk, I was still able to move, therefore I could still do my job.
Now, as Jackie mentioned earlier, back in April, the driver, Eric Smith, came close to losing his life. He tried to rescue a man trapped in his burning car on the 33. The gas line suddenly ignited, and Eric, along with an NFTA officer and other paramedics, could not save him and barely managed to save themselves. Reporting live, Rich Newberg, News 4 at 6.